So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to talk about in this video includes the big story in regards to playing PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and PlayStation Portable titles on PlayStation 5 and how it's possibly going to work in the end. A PlayStation boss was recently fired, and Sly Cooper PlayStation 5 could be announced at the Game Awards this Thursday. First, let me know, when is your birthday? I ask because today is mine. Another year, another level for me. It's crazy how fast time flies, honestly, but at the same time, I'm very excited for the next year and what's to come. So, comment below, when is your birthday? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sly Cooper PlayStation 5 announcement. So we've been hearing about Sly Cooper making a return for a bit now at this point. We didn't know what it would be, a reboot or a new entry into the original franchise. The rumors first started from known leaker Special Nick, who at this point has reiterated and confirmed with his sources that Sly Cooper is indeed in the works. The last thing we heard about it was that the game's development is very early, so early that it started this past summer, supposedly according to Nick. Another source who we haven't covered for a while, Roberto Serrano, stated that development of the game actually started last summer, 2020. I bring that up because of this story today. A new rumor is spreading around that a new Sly Cooper 5, will be announced at the Game Awards. This comes from 4chan, which is an untrustworthy source, but we know once in a while 4chan posts actually have something solid, which is why I'm covering it. At the same time though, this is 4chan, so this could just not happen at all. Here's what the post says on 4chan. Insider here, Sly 5 Thieves Forever will be announced at the Game Awards. It will be the final game in the Sly Cooper franchise. They also added a spoiler there, which does make sense if in fact this is the final game of the franchise. That's all I'll say on it. You can see the link if you want to read the possible spoiler. I covered Roberto Serrano's comment mainly because if this is going to be revealed at the Game Awards like this 4chan post says, it makes sense for development to have started earlier than just this past summer, unless Sony intends to just show us a logo with a 2024 release date on there. Regardless, the Game Awards are this Thursday, so really not long before we find out if this is true or not. Now, diving into the second story of the video, PlayStation boss gets fired. Reading from Video Game Chronicle, Sony has confirmed that a senior PlayStation executive has been fired after he was accused by an amateur pedophilia sting group. George Cacioppo, who was senior vice president of the PlayStation Network since 2013, was allegedly caught trying to arrange intercourse with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old boy, according to a video by People vs. Preds. According to the video, Cacioppo spoke with a person who said they were 15 years old on Grindr, the social networking app for gay, bi, and trans people. The exec is then alleged to have exchanged pictures and provided the decoy with his address in order to have intercourse. The exec is seen being approached outside his home in the footage wearing a PlayStation 5 shirt before closing the door on the person behind the camera, accusing him of approaching who he believed was a 15-year-old boy. In a statement provided by CNET, Sony confirmed that Cacioppo has been fired. We are aware of the situation and the employee in question has been terminated from employment, Sony said in a statement on Sunday. So, of course, this is definitely just a disgusting situation, and I'm glad, of course, Sony took pretty quick action on it. But you guys let me know your thoughts on this story. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the final story of the video, playing PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable titles on PlayStation 5 and how it could possibly work. So this is very exciting for me. We've been covering playing older titles on PlayStation 5 for a while now. At this point, I'm sure most of you have heard about the story, but I want to talk about how I think it'll work. Just a refresher on the main story from Bloomberg, Sony has a new game service coming in the spring, codenamed Spartacus. It'll combine PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus into one service, and it'll come in 3 tiers and be offered on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 platforms. In terms of the tiers, the first will include existing PlayStation Plus benefits. The second would offer a large catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games. The third tier would add extended demos, game streaming, gaming, and a library of classic PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Portable games. So one of the first things that's interesting here is PlayStation Now currently gives you access to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 titles for just $60. How much is this third tier going to be, which includes those classic games compared to how it is now? Extended demos seems like what Sony wanted to do back in 2013 with PlayStation Now, which is allow players to try games before buying them. The original idea was for this to just be on the PlayStation Network store, from my understanding, and people can try out whatever they want, but now it seems to be a part of this third tier. And of course, the part that I know most are interested in: how will these games work? So right now, if I want to play a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 4 game on PlayStation 5, it's downloadable, while PlayStation 3 games are only streamable. PS2 games are downloadable because they're essentially PlayStation 2 games wrapped with an emulator to be played on PlayStation 4 and thus PlayStation 5. People have managed to reverse engineer this process too. There's a whole thing there that you guys can go check out to make more games work on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I think PlayStation 1 and PlayStation Portable titles will also be downloadable either by the same PlayStation 2 approach, where they have an emulator wrapped with each game, or Sony has an emulator added onto the PlayStation 5. PlayStation Now isn't magic. There's actual hardware running these games in the back end. Reason why PlayStation 5 games aren't on PlayStation Now yet, it's because Sony hasn't added PlayStation 5 server blades yet to play those titles. Sony wants to move to PlayStation 5 similar to how Microsoft moved to Series X. It improves overall performance. So PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, and PlayStation 4 should be playable and downloadable on PlayStation 5, mainly because you're not going to have server blades for each of these platforms. They're going to have to work on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation, which includes PlayStation 5 as well. Now, PlayStation 3 is the tough one. There are specific PlayStation 3 server blades on the PlayStation Now servers to play these titles. The question here is Sony going to move that to PlayStation 5? And if they are, that has to be emulated, or the PlayStation 3 server blades stay and continue to be only streamable. I'll say in terms of PlayStation 3 games being streamed, Sony has improved night and day since last year. That I've played through Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time, Into the Nexus, Quest for Booty on PlayStation Now, along with Infamous 1 and most of Resistance 3. I'll say FPS games still need a bit of work, but Infamous and Ratchet & Clank work great that you forget they're being streamed, in my case anyways. Sony just needs to add more PlayStation 3 titles to the service. Also, to add to this, I've had some ask me about buying games separately from this service. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but I've talked about this a few times and I've seen it multiple times. PlayStation 3 titles have prices on the PlayStation Store, but you can't buy them. So I'm not sure if anything will come from that, but I just wanted to throw that out there again. I've talked about it before. Let's see how this goes. Logically, all those platforms should be downloadable outside of the PlayStation 3. That's the only wild card right now. But you guys let me know if you think PlayStation 3 games will also be downloadable or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with happy birthday TCMF. I'm gonna be a bit selfish today. I know how it sounds, but I'm gonna be a bit selfish. If you enjoy the channel, enjoy what I do here, of course, wish me a happy birthday. And of course, I'll heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.